Hallelujah. Well, good Monday morning, day after Easter. How are y'all doing? It's good to wake up, be a part of it. Let's see, what in the heck did my thing, man, my thing put up all kind of stuff. There you go. Good morning to you. For those watching on Facebook, hello. On Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I am Chip Matthews, your host of the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB. This is, of course, where you come to hear the truth about what goes on in the world and what's going on in your local community and what's going on where you want. And look, and if any of y'all got anything on your mind you want to talk, or if you saw any discrepancies in voting during the absentee protest, good morning, Anita Ford. Y'all just please give me a call. Or if you got anything on your mind you want to talk about, if you want to talk about going to church yesterday, I'm sure you all did. 879-601-879-0002. Okay. Coming up on the Clay Edwards show today, he's going to dive into the guy that got caught as the pedophile predator. I guess that was what they'd call it. He's going to be talking about that. That's going to be one of his top subjects today. So y'all be ready for that. And also, we got some people that have been talking and asking me about the trailer law for Rankin County. Now, of course, there have been, as long as there's been a Rankin County, there have been trailers. But it seems like now they're trying to gain some space in some areas where they would like to build new houses and areas, and they want the trailers gone. It looks like some new rules on that. That ought to be interesting. I'm going to look into it a little bit more and be a little bit more in depth on talking about it, unless you are. If you are in depth on it and can talk to me about it, then y'all give me a call and let's talk about it. Okay, what else is going on in the world? Okay, it is true. The Pope has passed away. And he met with J.D. Vance yesterday. And I saw the video of that, and it seemed fine. And then you're gone. You never know when you're going to go, y'all. So make sure you're right with the Lord to where in the event you're gone, you're safe to go to heaven. You know, that's what you want to do. You got to do the right thing. Okay, so and speaking of things that you got to deal with today, later on today, it says 2 p.m. We have a 77% chance of rain. I've been waiting on the rain all weekend, but it's going to rock. Now, why do I bring up the weather? Why do I bring up the weather? To those of you that haven't voted yet, today there is no absentee voting, so you cannot go vote. If you can vote today, somebody's cheating. But tomorrow at 7 a.m., you can all be in the car on the way to the voting precinct because they open at 7 a.m. And all of y'all can make your decision. The story's in. Is it Joe Way? Is it John Horn? And that's just the Democratic primary. Okay, and then in the Republican primary, there's 3 guys running. I don't know which one. I really don't. I hate to say that. I haven't seen enough out of any of them. I know there's just 900 votes were cast for them in the Democratic primary. And I'm sure there's Republicans that voted in the Democratic primary. Remember, if you voted Republican last time, you have to vote Republican again. If you voted Democrat last time, you have to vote Democrat again. If you didn't vote at all last time, you can vote either way, Republican or Democrat. And then in June, because y'all won't see Kim Wade's name on the ballot tomorrow, but you're a few weeks away, you'll see Kim Wade's name on the ballot. Same up there in Canton, where you have the corrupt school teacher, Camelia Walker. She's running for mayor and got the most votes against Tim Taylor the first time. Now, a lot of people in the city are backing Tim Taylor in the Democratic primary, but one of them will be challenging me, your host, Chip Matthews, and I'll be running for mayor of Canton on the June ballot. And we'll also have independents on that ballot too. But Kim Wade will be on that June ballot as an independent in June in Jackson. And y'all need to make sure you're informed because, yeah, it's not just finding someone who can go down there and run the city. We can find a lot of people that can make sure that public works is working and this, that, and the other. You would think we could anyway. We haven't made that decision in the past so that the people that work for the city of Jackson are actually out doing their work. And the same in Canton and the same in other cities. But you have a choice to make. But in Canton and Jackson, there's a unique situation. You have buildings that need businesses in them. In Canton, I will have you a tear sheet. You can come into my office and you will be able to ask me about any building in town. You'll know who to talk to, where to get it from, what the rent is, what's expected of it. I'll have all that on file in my office in a book. Good morning, Debbie Bergansky. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I mean, it's important to do that and to have an economic plan to actually bring businesses back to these areas. Because without a plan, without someone who can sit down and talk to the other business people that have businesses, and you got somebody says, well, Chip, Canton, they don't need anything. Look, that was a thriving square at one time. It could look just like Oxford overnight. On Friday and Saturday night, everybody in Jackson could be headed to Canton because you would get there and there'd be a Mexican restaurant, there'd be a Italian restaurant, there'd be an American restaurant, there'd be a steakhouse, there'd be all these things, and then there'd be entertainment there. We don't have a safe place in Jackson right now to do an entertainment district. And I don't really know if Madison or Ridgeland want an entertainment district, but that's a thing that Canton could fill with their square. It's something we can secure, something that we can make safe. It's something that's got plenty of parking, and it's something that would boost the local economy, plus make you understand how Canton works. And maybe you'll want to move to Canton and buy a home. Yes, that is my goal, is to repopulate Canton and to repopulate the businesses in Canton, because it's basically a picturesque renaissance that has nobody moved in yet. That's all it is. All we got to do is go find the businesses to put them in. I can talk to people and make that happen. I know that I can talk to people and make that happen. And that is my vision, my plan. My plan is for every week you'll want to go to Canton and walk around the square. Y'all love to go up there during Christmas when we dress it up and make it look like a lot's happening. But that's just window dressing, y'all. We've got to get the men's clothing. Think about it. Think about it. Ladies, well, I don't know if y'all, yeah, I guess you do that. Everybody would have let's say you had your sizes on file there. Then every time that some new pattern came in, they would help you out. They would fix it up. I remember when Canton had men's clothing stores, and each store had my name in the file with my measurements, and they would send out swatches. They would send swatches of what shirts were coming in for the new year, and you'd say, I need this shirt, this shirt, this shirt, and then you'd get it. Okay, and look right here. It says the old district attorney's offices in Canton, across from the fire department on Liberty Street, looks awful. It looks empty. Well, it is. It is empty. And that building has flooded more times, Debbie, than I can remember, but that's because we haven't fixed the flooding. That's another problem in Canton. And for some reason, when you look at a ditch and you're going, we've cleaned out that ditch, and I look at you and I say, well, excuse me, there's a big oak tree growing in that ditch. Okay. And if we cut that oak tree, we can see how many years, we count the rings, see how many years that oak tree has been growing in that ditch. And, it ruins the water flow, the trees in the ditches. And that's all the way out into the county, y'all. But we got to fix the cities this year because that's all we have. And then the counties will be in your next election cycle. And then the state will be your next election cycle. So there's a process here. So everything's local. Everything's local. So you got to gather, just like I was talking about, go to church where we gather. We need to find places to gather to where we feel comfortable to go out voting on voting day. Sometimes on voting day, it's the first time, because I visit every precinct, I run into people that I haven't seen since the last time I voted. And I'm glad to see they're showing up. So y'all get out and vote tomorrow, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Of course, if you're in line before 7 p.m. and the lines are long, that's that. But it's not going to be long tomorrow because there's going to be a 70% chance of rain. And if it's going to rain, that's going to hurt voter turnout. It was already going to be lower. You only had 24,000 people show up in Jackson last time. I'm predicting 17,000. And if it's raining, I predict even less than that. Yes. So you better get your people out for whoever you think you need to be and whoever you think you need, because I'm going to tell you what, the Democrat is the, I guess, the person that everyone believes will be the next mayor. But y'all don't count out radio strongman Kim Wade. He will show, and he will be hopefully the next mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. And then he'll get on to what it is. You know, all the bull will be over. Same in Canton, if I can get in. If I can get in Canton, y'all, you will spend time in Canton. And some of y'all may doubt me, but never mind. Between me and the guy that comes on after me, Clay Edwards, we used to be responsible for 6,000 people a weekend in downtown Jackson. 6,000 people in downtown Jackson when nobody was there. His club would be full, my club would be full, and people were having fun, and people were not getting shot, and things weren't going on nefarious. Yep. It's not that hard to do it right. And I mean, if we go another step further, there was a time, I believe, when Kim was open and I was open, Kim Wade had a place downtown, and we were all down there. And, you know, that gets us to 10,000 people that were coming into downtown Jackson, because we were always doing good money. The number of people came, you know, that's just the way it is. You got to draw people to your area. You got to draw them in. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here. Whatever's on your mind, give me a call. 601-879-0003. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about the world. And let's pray for Mississippi, especially central Mississippi, because we need a whole lot of help in the next few days. Because we need a whole
1039 WYAB.
Hi there, it's Lori from the mailroom. Of course, you know we offer shipping with UPS, FedEx, DHL, and the Postal Service. But did you know about all the other services we offer? If you need to have signs made or business cards, brochures, or postcards, we can do that. If you need copies, laminating, or binding, we can do that too. Do you need a notary, need to send a fax, or get a passport photo? Of course we can do that. Come check us out. We are south of Germantown High School at 272 Calhoun Station Parkway, Suite C, mailroomgluckstadt.com.
Eating at a seafood buffet is a classic Southern tradition, but finding one with fresh, delicious food is hard to do. Well, I found a seafood buffet where everything tastes good. It's Four Corners Steak and Seafood, but it's not just fresh catches from the sea. Come in for perfectly cooked ribeyes, sirloins, and chops from the grill. Make it a routine to stop in before or after the big game. Open for dinner Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays at 4:30. That's Four Corners Steak and Seafood, right off Highway 25 on the way to Starkville. Let's go.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins for Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland, announcing our Mother and Father's Day sale beginning April 2nd. All Pride lift chairs will be $300 to $500 off suggested retail pricing as our Atlanta Braves fan special. So come in, mention you're looking for the Braves special, and we will help you select the best lift chair for you or your loved one. That's right, the Pride lift chair, $300 to $500 off MSRP. Many other items are on special pricing right now as well. So come see us at Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland.
We all love the farm-to-table food concept, right? Well, at Burnt Corn Farm, they bring you locally grown flowers straight from the farm to the vase. With a wide selection of flowers and excellent service, Burnt Corn Farm will make your next party or shower a southern delight. Sign up for a monthly bouquet subscription, and their farm fresh flowers will brighten your days all season long. You can also book your next family photo session in their wildflower field. That's Burnt Corn Farm on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi, this is Rita Jensen with Remax Connection. I've been selling real estate now for well over 30 years, and I typically use Chadwick Home Inspectors. And Chad has done many home inspections for me.
They are pretty much from roof to foundation. Most people are surprised at just how thorough these home inspections can be. Been working with Rita almost a decade now. Very rarely does she let a deal fall apart. She can usually find a way to negotiate where both parties are satisfied.
RitaJensen.net.
Hi, this is Mary Beth Hardy, owner of Flora Pharmacy. Flora Pharmacy is proud to be locally owned and operated. We believe in the power of community and personalized care. At Flora Pharmacy, we treat you like family. And for your convenience, we offer curbside service and prescription home delivery. Just pull up and we'll bring your prescriptions right to you. Can't make it to our store? Flora Pharmacy will drive it to your doorstep. Come see the best pharmacy in town today at Flora Pharmacy, where care meets convenience. Highway 49 in Flora.
Antique Mall of the South has 14,000 square feet of pristine, clean floor space. Home to beautiful, timeless antique treasures. Antique Mall of the South is open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. Check them out online at antiquemallofthesouth.com or go to the Antique Mall of the South Facebook page. You can also read the dozens of 5-star reviews online. Come see for yourself at Antique Mall of the South in Ridgeland. Now open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. That's Antique Mall of the South, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
Hey, everybody, it's John at Two Gun Tactical. We're having Kim Wade Wednesdays at both locations. So you come in and mention Kim Wade on a Wednesday, you get half price range fees. Hey, if you're a member, we're going to give you an extra free target just for mentioning Kim Wade Show. Come on in and work on your shooting and exercise that 2A right that if we don't fight for it, we won't have it much longer. It's twoguntactical.com. That's the number 2, guntactical.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip.
Yes, we're back on a Monday morning. Monday morning, still kind of dark outside, but get on up. We got to get out, be positive about work today, get out and do something today. Tomorrow, we got to go and vote. And right now, we're going to the phones. Let's see what's going on. Good morning, WYAB. You're on the air.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to talk a little bit about the new law the supervisors passed. And basically, the way I understand it is they did 2 things that I felt were wrong. Number one, they passed an ordinance to where you can't subdivide your land no less than 5 acres. And number 2, they passed a law to where you can't move a mobile home on your property that's older than 7 years old. And I don't think they really understand what they did. The people who own the mobile homes that already have them, when that mobile home gets 7 years old, well, they can't sell the mobile home because they can't move within the county to somebody else who might want to buy it.
Well, see, I think they know exactly what they want. That land in Rankin County is becoming valuable. And they all want to, it's are they helping out their friends that may want to build homes out there? Because once you subdivide it in 5 acre lots, that's what their plan there is to come after mobile homes and remove them. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, I don't see how people who invested money is going to move the mobile homes. They're just going to sit there because if I own a mobile home and I want to sell it to someone else that can't buy it or can't be moved, then it's just going to sit there.
Oh,
what I'm saying? I see that this is going to backlash on them.
Well, tell me this. Is there any, did they do anything with rentals at the same time to where you couldn't rent it?
I saw 2 things that I saw that I disagreed with. Now, on the land part on the subdivided part, let's say I have 10 acres of land and I have 3 children and I want to leave that land to my 3 children. Well, I can't subdivide that less than 5 acres. So guess what? I can't leave my kids the land that equally parted if I wanted to.
And then the other side of that is a mobile home isn't a mobile like a mobile home used to be. You know, there's some high dollar looking mobile homes, and then you got the new mini houses that are coming out. I guess they're scared those are going to pop up everywhere. The small houses, I guess.
Well,
but they're trying to be proactive. But I don't know if they're. I'm with you. I don't know if you could. But there's something about owning a piece of land that I don't think you should be able to tell me what to do.
Right. I fought for my country.
Yes.
I am a veteran.
Yes.
All right.
And thank you for your service.
This is not what I fought for. I believe if I own land, I pay taxes on that land. That's my prerogative. I can do whatever I want to do on my land. I'm not in the city, or if you're not in the city, you're in the country. You know, this isn't the way America was founded. This is not the way Rankin County was founded.
Correct.
And those 4 supervisors that voted against it, the only one that stood up was Jay Bishop.
Yep.
And he's out in Flowood. I don't even know if he has a mobile home in his, you know.
Oh, there are mobile homes in Flowood, right there on the Old Fanning Road. Yeah. That whole part.
I agree.
Okay.
But that's my 2 cents on it, and it's got to be stopped. This cannot go forward. The people really need to come out in strong numbers and do away with this silly rule that they come out with.
I mean, I understand having to grow the city and prepare it, but you know, a lot of that when you go out that way is farmland and people. I know a buddy of mine that all his life he's had farm right outside Canton, and all they do is they have 2 trailers each time somebody, you know, they have 2 or 3 trailers out there. They're super nice trailers, but he has lived in trailers out there on that lot, I guess, since 1963. So, and they, you know, they get new trailers, this, that, and the other. But I mean, that's what some people like. That's a lifestyle, and they own their land. So why can't they do what they want to on their own land? That's a good question.
Right, and you know, you pay your taxes. It's your land. Why pay taxes if you're not going to be able to do what you want to do?
Oh, I agree.
That's the way I see it.
I agree. Thank you for calling this morning, and we're going to keep up with this. And I'm going to go read up. I might even go to a supervisor meeting and check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's something. You know, if you buy a piece of land like out in the country, and then the next thing you know, the city's coming to the country, and then it just seems like everybody needs to build a, you know, house way out there. And then now it doesn't make any sense. You say you got to have 5-acre lots. And I'm like, okay, so you're trying your best to keep me from doing what I want to do with my property, you know? Well, that's that. Good morning, Ricky Gray. I see you're up and moving around. And it is a day before the election. And as we looked, people have got to get them. Okay, let's say Debbie Bergancy made another comment here. It is going to rain tomorrow. We have a lower than normal low turnout for voting. And that is absolutely correct. People have to still get involved because you got to go tomorrow and vote for aldermen along with these mayors, or in Canton and Jackson, it's councilmen, because they really control the city. The mayor's just a showpiece. You know, he's supposed to be your ambassador. He's supposed to be the look of your city. He has he has duties to answer to the councilman for why the water isn't fixed, why you are not hiring people or bringing people to us to be hired to clean the roads, fix the roads. Why, when this road got fixed, it didn't get fixed right? Who inspected it? Who has a bond on it? Blah. There's all kind of questions to check up on the mayor. But along with the task of doing the business for the city on a regular basis and making sure that all the employees of the city are doing what they're supposed to do, the next thing is you got to be the ambassador for the city. You got to go out and shake hands, kiss babies, and ask people to come invest into your city, build a business here in your city. Here's a community here. Here's a safe block here. And let's build businesses in that area. And you've got to get, you know, Jackson is basically north, south, east, west, blah, blah, blah. In each area, you need to go in and find a block to claim for the business community and work on embedding businesses in that part of the community that will first be attractive to those people that are in the community. Then the next step is to upgrade it to where it will be people want to visit your community, whatever side of Jackson you're in, because each side of Jackson is the equivalent of another small town. Because if you cross the lines, you got Ridgeland, you got Madison, you got Pearl, you got Brandon, you got Flowood, you got Richland, you got Clinton, you got Canton up there. We're all trying to grow. We're all competing for the same people. But first, take care of your community business and be that store for them. And then when you make great businesses in those areas, then you want to share them. And those businesses will advertise someplace like here, and their business will grow in that area. I mean, it's just like the shopping center I'm in with the Acme Pizza. It is great. It is a great area there. It is, we have a lot of great businesses there. I can't say a lot about a lot of the rest, but I can just tell you that over there in that shopping center, my neighbor Asahi, they're good. Black Axe is good. Willie B's good. Cut and Dry. Got a dentist. Oh, I can't believe Reservoir Smiles. Come out and see us in that area on Old Fannin Road. And we also have Fernando's there too. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back here. Remember, Clay Edwards Show coming up at 7 with that all-important topic of pedophiles in the Jackson area. I understand that is one of his top comments today. Then, of course, we'll be back on the other side to talk about whatever you'd like to on a Monday, Free for All Monday, we'll say, right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. On a Monday, Free for All Monday, we'll say, right here on the Chip Matthews Show.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Looking to boost productivity and morale in the office? Let Huey Magoo's bring a delicious stress-free lunch right to your workplace. Perfect for team meetings, client presentations, or just a midday pick-me-up. Hand-breaded and grilled tenders, sandwiches, and salads. They make it easy. Just pick your favorites, and they'll deliver everything right to your office. On time, no fuss, no hassle. Whether it's a working lunch, team celebration, or just because, let Huey Magoo's handle the meal, and you handle the business. Huey Magoo's. Make someone smile today.
Why should you choose Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating for all service or installation? Well, they purchase all parts directly from the manufacturer. All of their factory-trained technicians have been hand-selected for skill, work ethic, and experience. There are never any hidden fees or charges. Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating is dedicated to your complete satisfaction, and they're family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial service or installation, contact Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating, 601-317-0729, or make an appointment through their Facebook page.
CBS News special report. Bells tolled at the Vatican for Pope Francis after word that he died at the age of 88. Just yesterday, he blessed the faithful in St. Peter's Square. Reporter Rich Lamb.
In his final days, he ignored doctors' orders. They told him to rest. Instead, he went out on the streets to be with the faithful, and that was Francis. He was really a pontiff like no other.
John Allen with the Catholic news website Crux.
It probably was precisely the way Pope Francis would have scripted his exit. His papacy was all about proximity to the people from beginning to the end.
The Pope angered some with his inclusivity, including his outreach to LGBTQ Catholics, but he argued
the gospel is for everyone. If the church places a customs officer at the door, that is no longer the Church of Christ.
Pope Francis, dead at the age of 88. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Get the jump on the season at the #1 stop for all your boating and custom water sports needs, Smith Marine. Press pontoons are here. Come experience luxury and style with a 90-day, no payment, no interest financing option with approved credit, plus a 1-year Seato membership, free cover, free Bimini top, and free inflatable tube. And these crests are pre-rigged with Suzuki motors and Suzuki's industry best warranty. Smith Marine also buys quality pre-owned boats with consignments and trade-ins on the res in Ridgeland and at smithmarinesales.com.
Pure Air Consultants has always been your go-to for reliable and affordable heating and cooling systems, and now we are offering day and night brand to avoid the 25 to 30% increases that everyone is talking about. With day and night, Pure Air Consultants professionals can install a reliable system with a 10-year system warranty. Call us today for your free quote, 601-939-7420, or online at mypureairconsultants.com.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrillo Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrillo is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrillo's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrillo and taste the traditions. El Patrillo, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
You know what's a nightmare? We've all seen that movie where the bad guy's coming and your gun jams up. Luckily, that's just a movie, but you can't take the chance it could happen to you in real life. Hey, y'all, I'm Therese April from Dark Horse Press, and I've written stories about a whole lot of situations where people needed their gun to work for them. So if yours is moody or likes to jam, you need to take it to Guns and Gear. Let their professional gunsmiths look at it and fix it so it'll work when you need it. They're the absolute best at what they do, and that's why I buy all my guns from them. That's Guns and Gear in Gluckstadt. Check them out today.
And we're back on a Monday morning here on WYAB. I am Chip Matthews, the Chip Matthews Show. Also, looking online, I see that Jimmy Rogers is now checked in. Good to see you this morning. Also, all of y'all are checking in on Facebook. Hit the like button where I can see everybody's name. I see, if you don't comment, you just hit the like button. I can see who's there and this, that, and the other on this computer. I can go back later and look everywhere else, but I'm watching. I'm keeping up, trying to keep up what you say. Also, you can make a comment in the comment line and we'll get back with you on that. And if you got anything on your mind that you want to talk about, you can hit me up there or hit me up on the phone, 601-879-0003. Okay, Clay Edwards show coming in this morning. He's coming in hot this morning at 7 a.m. And I noticed where he had posted that he was going to be talking about the child predator on the radio. So that's that, that is a subject. The guy got caught on one of these programs. I haven't read everything about it. I just know the guy got caught, and he got caught at work, which is really worse. And the business that was that he got caught at, they have nothing to do with that. That is purely somebody in the office in the cubicle. I'm sure on the state agency side we have people that do this, but he got caught, and he's gonna probably do some time. Because that's what happens when you don't do right. Okay, Pope Francis is dead. Let's see what else is going on. One dead after a drag racing incident in Copiah County. Driver killed in 3-vehicle crash in Rankin County. I think some more people were pronounced dead in that one. Mississippi River continues to rise as people prepare. Jackson protesters, there was a protest against Trump in Jackson. And they said it was over 400 people. Of course, I don't know who went down there and counted, but it was a better showing than they normally have for something like that. Wonder if they bust them in, because that's usually the case. And this is, of course, the last weekend of campaigning. They'll be all out. They'll be out today. They'll be out. And you can't go vote today. It's Monday. You can't go vote absentee. You've missed that opportunity. And tomorrow it's going to be raining. So beginning tomorrow at 7 a.m., you'll be coming up with the excuses on why you don't want to fix your city. No, I want to fix the city, Chip. I really want to. I want everything to be good. There's Timothy Jenkins checking in. Speaking of people checking in. But everybody going to say they're going to do what they're going to do. But it was raining, and it was cold rain. I ain't going down there to stand in line in the rain. That's what everybody will be saying tomorrow. That's what they'll be saying tomorrow. And that's one of the reasons why you absentee vote if you're eligible to absentee vote. That is making sure that something doesn't come up to where you don't make it. You know, voting is the only right you have that, you know, if you want to live in America, if you want to be here, too many people died for your right to vote. And we're talking about military people. Then in the black community, too many people fought for their right to vote. And then you don't go vote. I mean, you don't understand. In order for you to have the things in life that you want to have in America, you need to vote to make sure you have leaders that give you what you want. Now, to those of you that want welfare, you need to go vote your people in, right? To those of you that are lazy and don't want to do nothing, you got to get up and go vote your people in to where you can continue to be lazy and do nothing, because this is America. This is America. You can be lazy and do nothing, you know, but it has consequences. You know, when you say that, for instance, okay, we're going to give you welfare now, but you can't buy sweets and pops anymore. You're going to say, well, that's racist. No, that's not racist. It's not racist. You want to live like that? That's where you want to live. You know, you got to get out and work the system. You got to get out and be a part of the community. You got to get out and be in places where you gather to do things. You've got to engage in the community, and then you can have the world is yours. Just think about if you just were involved in a church. I mean, a church has things set up for Sunday, and usually a couple of days during the week, there's something going on. Some of them have family life centers and stuff where you can go play basketball, this, and they have scheduled activities. And if your church doesn't have that, and they have all those amenities, then you need to figure out how to get your church back on, because a lot of churches have gotten lazy too. Everybody's gotten lazy. Everybody wants you to come to them and tell you, and then you go up there and say, well, we ain't got the gym open today, or this, that, and that. You've got to go and inspire your community to be involved in your community. You've got to do that, and you've got to get out and vote. And like this past week, when the Republican Party put out a letter coming after Chokwe, just because Chokwe said he was conservative. Now, the whole world knows that Chokwe is not a conservative, okay? But for the party to come out and make comments on that is insane. It was petty, and they should have been out promoting their candidates. Go out and vote for these three candidates, blah, blah, blah. They shouldn't pick one because there's three on the ballot still in a primary. But instead, they chose to poke at Chokwe. And what results? What do you get out of that as the Democratic Party putting out a letter, press release saying Chokwe is not conservative, when we all know that, you know? And you know, and some people may say that they're banking on John Horhn to go in. And, you know, it's really bad when you think that the Republican Party isn't working to fix these things. Of course, if John Horhn wins, then we've got to worry about who's going to fill that seat. Okay. And that's good, because we need to replace John Horhn with a conservative Republican, not a rhino. Okay. But conservative people are starting to get hurt a little bit more. And you're seeing a split when they talk nationally about the split in the Democratic Party. Well, in this state, there's a split in the Republican Party. There are those that are conservative who have Christian values and want to do the right thing. And then you have those who want to say they're Republican, but then they vote Democrat. They vote to expand the government. They vote to continue to do the same thing that's been going on for the last few years. Just all this money, all this graft is out there. And I mean, we don't have a budget this year because too many people were waiting on what the federal government was going to give us to spend. More money coming in. We want them. Look, if more money came in after your session, then you could have a special session to spend that money. You know, that would make sense. But trying to foresee money that the Trump administration is pulling back because the Trump and then everybody mad at the Trump administration because they are being conservatives. Hold on. No, don't be taking our money. We don't want conservative values in our state, we want conservative values in Washington, but don't doge us, don't moge us, don't shrink the government in Mississippi, don't turn off our money. And it's like I've been telling you, for every dollar we send, we get $2.48 back. Well, we're living off somebody else's nickel, okay? Another state cannot do what they need to do because we're getting $1.48 of theirs. And if we're not getting $1.48 of theirs, then it's where the government prints more money and it makes your taxpayer dollars in your pocket worth less. As they keep printing money, it goes less. And we're going to have a lot going on. We got tariff things this week. We got people reporting on the economy this week, different amounts of money. But the reality is the stock market's going to go up and down. The war, at this point, Trump has said we're about to pull out completely. We're going to get out of Ukraine and out of Russia. And everybody said, well, he's giving in to Russia. That's negotiating. You got to give something. We only benefit if we stop the war. We're in there to get people to quit killing each other. Trump seems to value life more than y'all realize. He does, he doesn't get us into wars. He gets us out of wars, and he gets other people to get out of wars. And there's a point where you have to spare some lives in order to do the thing. That's what we did when we bombed Japan. We bombed and we killed a lot of people. But it ended the war. It ended the fight. It ended the constant killing. You got to stop it. Same in Israel. Got to stop it. And they keep fighting, and and they won't release the 59 other hostages they have. Well, there's a point where we're just going to have to go end it because too many, you got 59 people and you're losing 1,000 people a month. Come on, it's time to stop it. And Trump is doing what he can do. And meanwhile, fighting Democrats who just don't care what they do. They want to go get MS-13 members back, this, that, and the other. I believe that we might need to investigate some people and see if there are some Democrats who are trying to protect these gang members. Are the gangs infiltrated Washington? Baltimore is their hot spot for MS-13. The other place where they're hot, MS-13 is hot in Baltimore. Baltimore is where? Right next to Washington, D.C. And so how many MS-13 people have put money in the pockets of Democrats in order to be around, in order to do this, in order to have an open border where everybody could come into the country? Is that a possibility? Yes, it is. In this day and age, anybody at Congress could be bought because once they get there, they know that the constituents back home are going to vote them back in 99.9% of the time because their local party is going to make sure that it stays an R or it stays a D. When you get a bad Republican, they keep electing the same Republican from that state because they just want the R up on the map. They want that R up there. Makes them feel like they've done something. But the reality is that Republican may be bought by MS-13. Same for that Democrat. Well, those politicians, the only thing they really love is the color green, money. And they want to get all they can before they go home. That's how come they're multimillionaires on a $200,000 a year job. We're going to take our last break, and we'll be back here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. On the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
I'm on a diet. I don't want to be down there at Tom's Fried Pies. We had a good time. When I tell you the crust was flaky, I'm talking about buttery. This was nothing like I've ever tasted. Ever. I mean, I've never tasted anything like that, man. It was nice. Atmosphere was nice. Everybody there was nice. Because I'll be back, even though I don't supposed to with my diet. I really enjoyed myself.
Tom'sFriedPies.com. Tom'sFriedPies.com.
Are you hosting an event? Let Burgers Blues Barbecue handle the food while you enjoy the moment. From an important lunch to a dreamy wedding, B3 Catering is sure to please everyone. Find Burgers Blues Barbecue online and click the catering tab or just give us a call. And when you're dining out, visit Burgers Blues Barbecue in Flowood, Brandon, or Madison for incredible plates served fresh daily. Burgers Blues Barbecue and B3 Catering, a delicious combination.
Struggling with your dog's behavior? Hunter Logan here with the Dog Wizard, and we can help. Our trainers use proven techniques to turn chaos into harmony. Whether it's a playful puppy or a seasoned barker, we make obedience a natural part of their behavior. It's your turn to have peaceful walks and calm gatherings at home. We offer board and trains, private lessons, and more, all tailored to your dog's individual needs. Visit thedogwizardmadison.com and create a happier home. The Dog Wizard Madison. It's dog training done right.
I'm John Horn, running for mayor of Jackson. I'm truly honored because on April 1st, 83% of you said you wanted change in your leadership. We won all 7 wards with a 2-to-1 majority. Jackson is ready for new leadership, but this is just the beginning. In the next few days, I'm focused on listening to all voters, attending community meetings, and showing my commitment to work with county, state, and federal leaders because rebuilding Jackson takes all of us. Let's finish strong. Vote John Horn for mayor, April 22nd.
Paid for by John Horn for mayor.
If you ever been stuck on the side of the road with engine trouble or because of an accident, you know how frustrating that can be. I'm Chad Stevens of Chad Stevens Wrecker Service. We'll help take some of the stress out of this stressful situation. We've been rated by AAA as one of the top 10 towing services in the entire USA. Why? Well, just ask our customers. So keep our number in your cell phones and call us if you need us. 662-755-8645. That's Chad Stevens Wrecker Service. 662-755-8645.
Can anyone in Jackson say the name of Bravo, Broad Street, and Salanuki's catering company?
Yes.
Let's find out.
Mangia Bini.
Mangia Ben. Mangia Benet? It actually is Mangia Benet. Mangia Benet. It's Mangia Benet. It means eat well in Italian, and it's the catering group for Bravo, Broad Street, and Salanuki's.
Mangia Benet Catering. Choose us, and you'll always eat well. 3 restaurants, 1 call. Mangia Benet Catering.
Mangia Benet.
Hi, everyone. This is Matt Wasilowski, owner and general manager of 1039 WYAB. How much money does the state of Mississippi spend on advertising? A little over $10 million each and every year. Apparently, some people think that it's vitally important for the state of Mississippi to promote the Memorial Stadium, the Department of Marine Resources, soybean and rice products, MDOT, the State Fair, and the worst category of all, miscellaneous advertising expenditures for who knows what. And who pays for it all? In most cases, you, the taxpayer. I find that absolutely abhorrent. That's why 1039 WYAB refuses to accept advertising dollars from state government agencies. If you ever do hear a state agency advertising on WYAB, we're not getting paid for it. We stay on the air due to the support of the many businesses that you hear advertising every day on 1039 WYAB. So I only ask that you please tell our advertisers that you appreciate their support of 1039 WYAB. And keep listening.
Yeah. Yep. And we're back for the final segment here on this Monday. Hey, I want to remind y'all also, y'all are voting in Gluckstadt tomorrow for Alderman at Large, and you got to get out in I think it's top 5 or 6, get to win. Jakes Powell is a friend of mine. I've known him, I guess 30 years, maybe longer. Saying my age, but anyway, Jakes Powell was an alderman or as a current alderman, and he will be a good alderman to replace. So when you keep him on that board there in Gluckstadt, he gives you a nice level-headed Republican conservative view, and he is the guy, in my opinion. I can't wait till he runs for mayor of that town. Yep. I'm going to poke you. I'm going to push you and make you do it. Also, all you people, we're going to probably talk about this tomorrow, or we'll talk about it again at 9 o'clock when I come back on at 9. We'll probably talk about the power plant in Ridgeland and how people do not want it there. And it'll go before the Board of Aldermen and the mayor soon. And we'll see what he wants to do because, You know, he gets a little headstrong from time to time, and he said, we're going to do it anyway. Okay. So coming up at 7 is the world-renowned Clay Edwards Show right here on WYAB. And you can watch that and listen to it online. And, of course, WYAB.com if you're getting out of the car and going inside of 103.7 FM. But you can go to that app and just press on that button. Coming up at 9, I'll be back with the Chip Matthews Show, normally with Taylor Turcotte. We'll see what she's doing. And, she's getting ready to be on the ballot in June in Jackson. And then, of course, coming up at 10 is the Jameson Haygood Show with the Good Fight with Jameson Haygood. He'll have a lot to say. And then coming up at noon, it's Sean and Lindsay's Down the Aisle. And then at 4 o'clock this afternoon, it is the one, the only, the future mayor of Jackson, Radio Strongman, Kim Wade. Don't you dare miss it. He'll have a lot to say. I mean, it's the day before the election, and it's going to be raining tomorrow. So what are we going to do? What will we do? What now that we know that nobody's going to get out and vote? Because, heck, Democrats will be out today. They should be handing out umbrellas and galoshes where people will go out and vote in the rain. Because there are places where when you go to vote, you'll be standing in the rain if you want to vote. I mean, people don't think this thing through. And I'm talking about from the top to the bottom, from the state level all the way down. What do we do when polling places are opened up in places just to make sure that person gets a check? Because, you get paid for your polling place. So you go to this church that may not have enough facilities there to keep you out of the rain, but you're going to go there. And this councilman or this person may own this other building, and they go there and they put it in there. Yeah, it's crooked. And then, of course, at every one of these precincts, they'll have 10 people working, making $200 a piece, when they could actually, with the amount of people you have, you could get it down to one precinct and vote in one place and get it over with like they did in Rankin County. I don't know about in Jackson, maybe 2 precincts in Jackson, but Canton, we could be doing it in one building. I mean, there's not going to be it's got to be thousands of people showing up. And in Rankin County, they did 1 precinct in Brandon. They did 1 precinct in Pearl. They did 1 precinct in Flowood. And and those people probably will have more people vote than the city of Canton. We can do it right there in the old courthouse. That's centrally located. Everybody knows where it is. We can go in there and vote in the general election and save what? $10,000? Yeah, we could save $10,000. But people don't think about that. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, Chip Matthews. I'll be back at 9. Clay Edwards is next right here on WYAB. Thank you for listening.